final round coverage of the 2017 Raymore Rumble in Raymore, Missouri. Isaac had a pretty good first round. His front nine was better than his back nine. This 318-foot hole, he has a great shot. It's not as windy the second round as it was the first round, but it's still whipping pretty good. Davids turns over some, and he is over by the tree. This hole is straightforward. There isn't much in the way of out of bounds that's gonna creep up on you. You have the road behind the basket, and you have the jogging trails and the walking trails. Bowen did get all of that one, and it tailed off, started off left. Matt throws this one hard and low. And he is in the circle, looking at a bit of a headwind putt. Aaron gets this one up in the air again. It is affected by the wind once again, kind of like in the first round. So now he lines up his putt. It looks to be just outside the circle and goes a little long on him. Bowen with the jump putt, did not get it up in the air enough. He will have the drop in three. Now David finished off the first round putting very well. See if he can continue that into this round. He had a good line, didn't give it enough. But sometimes that's enough to give you confidence. You didn't get the power on it, but the line's right, and that can sometimes do it for you in a round. Matt leaving it low. He had some issues with that the first round. Isaac continues his great putting from the first round, and he has been doing this last week at the Topeka Mighty Shunganunga. It was very windy conditions, and he put lights out. So this is a trend he hopes to continue. Aaron, that is a trend he hopes to not continue. Buzzing the tower one more time. That was a good hit right there. Focus on that, and everything should clear up. David taps out his par onto hole 2. Hole 2, we're on the short pad again. Even though the long pad is now dry, they went ahead and just kept it the way it is. Throwing from the short pad. And Isaac throwing a very nice flat to hyzer shot. He is very close. David going for the overhand shot, doesn't get it over to the right side of the fairway, and he's looking at a long putt. Bowen clips some branches. There is water on the right side by where you see the people on the next tee pad, and then on the left you have the road. These are the two out of bounds to worry about on this hole. Good shot by Matt. And Aaron goes for the tomahawk. Gets it a little bit further than where up his 55, 60 footer. Had good height, just tailed off on him at the end. David had a bit of a low ceiling there. And they will be getting their easy threes. And here is Matt for his deuce. That was a really good drive. Solid putt. That inspires confidence in him. Very well done. David gets his three. And that's a good feeling when other players are on their second shot to the basket. Nice easy deuce for Isaac. Great putt for Bowen. High right side, Chains caught it. Very solid. All right, hole 3, we have the water and the road on the left side. That's out of bounds. Isaac had a great shot the first round. This time he's going over the tree, and it has enough power to hyzer back to the basket. That is probably closer to the basket than it was the first round. He has a very good start going. And Mats is going right through the tree.
Punch right through. Did you see that gap I hit?
That was very fortunate. He could easily be in the drink after hitting that tree, but he goes right through it. David going wide. And that is going to be very safe. He still has a long putt to the basket.
Oh, come on, get around it.
Oh, Bowen did not like that one. He is short on the left side. Aaron flips this one. It is looking really good, going down the fairway, and he looks to be just outside of the circle. That was a really good shot by Aaron. Bowen with his ultimate style approach does a good job. He's right there inside 10 feet. He seems upset. Maybe he was trying to put in. That was good height on that one, and those some of the things that Matt's been lacking on his putts is giving it the height. That one certainly had sufficient height, but the tailwind it still just kind of dropped him out of the sky. Aaron is just not finding his line today. Nice aggressive effort by David. Wind did not help him. That disc stayed up in the air. And Isaac's disc scurried off a little bit further than it looked like from the tee. Facing a nice headwind. And he doesn't care about the wind. I mean, he is just hitting those putts. Doesn't matter what wind direction, many of them into a headwind. So he gets 3 in a row, solid start, and he jumps to 6 under, 3 under for the round. Everybody else just cleaning up. And Isaac is leaving him in the dust. Hole 4, we have the walking path behind the basket along the road. That's going to be out of bounds, and that is the out of bounds to be worried about on this hole. It is uphill, so it plays a little longer than what the T sign says. Everybody's getting around the tree, looking pretty good. They have a tailwind putt. David exposes the bottom of the disc to the wind, and it pushes him wide right. This is a really good looking shot. He looks to be 10 feet away from the basket, maybe 15. Great line. And that is not a repeat of what he did the first round. Aaron aced it. He threw a forehand around the left side of the tree, hit the basket dead center. Perfect, perfect ace. That disc flew pretty. There was no wobble to it. So smooth. Just a little too high. High left chains. Matt did come close to that out of bounds sidewalk. Solid. So there you go. There's that confidence that carries over from a nice putt on the previous hole. He's still feeling it. Or 2 holes ago, but he's still feels confident. Aaron's still struggling to find that line. That is an unpleasant walk when you have to go chase a disc that flew past the basket and leaves you a putt longer than the one you just had. David is having a slow start, but not as slow as it had the first round. He had a couple of bogeys within the first 4 holes. This time he is all pars, and although he is losing distance to Isaac, it's still a better start. Hole 5, 362 feet. The only trouble here would be the jogging path they are on, and then there's parking lot over there by that warehouse you see in the background. You don't want to go into that parking lot. Looks like Matt might have clipped a little branch over there, killed his distance a little bit. Bowen turns this one over a little too much. He is on the right side. Looks like he went long. And just like the first round, Isaac did the same thing. He is up there inside the circle for the putt. He's got this hole figured out. David gets a full flight out of that one. Good shot. And this hole seems tailor-made for Aaron. Put a good move on it. He is up for the birdie. Bowen did go long on this one. Looks to have a 35, 40-foot comeback putt. Sufficient power, just not giving it the height it needs. And Aaron is just having one of those days on the putting green. We've all been there. It's not nice. Good work by Isaac. Fourth round, 7 ball. There's the deuce from David. He's on the board for this second round. Chains left. Matt will have to settle for a par. And Aaron walks away with his par. He's on hole 5. Hole 6, 287 feet downhill. The only out of bounds here you need to worry about is the road. Isaac lets that one go too low, and he is short of that tree. He's got a long putt. You have a right to left wind. You don't want it to sail on you. It's a touchy little shot. David lets that one out too high. Sails left on him. He's got a long putt for his 2. Matt looks to have that overstable mid-range, and he works it very well, but that one has come out too low. He is short as well, just like Isaac. I'd love to know what it is Matt is throwing. That is really beefy. Bowen gets a little bit closer, but still nobody's right there inside that solid birdie area. And that's the best shot of them all. He's got the forehand approach, skip down there, and he should be in good shape. So he's going for a little staggered stance putt. That tree in the way, not allowing him to get his normal stance. So impressive. Let's watch that again. Right to left wind. Perfect pace, perfect height. David facing a long putt. Headwind. Cans it. What is happening on this hole? 2 excellent putts. Well, we are certainly going to watch that again. executes the step putt perfectly. What a show they are putting on for us. Okay, Matt, no pressure. The wind caught that one. He put it up a little too high. Bowen facing a downhill, right to left tail. Also puts it up too high, hits the band. He'll be settling for a 3. And Matt's got some work to do here. Good recovery, good save. So Aaron had a really good drive. He is just ahead of where Matt was putting from. Solid deuce for Aaron. And Bowen to clean up his par. Oh no. I don't know what happened there. He just held on to it. So that's a bogey for Bowen. Okay, hole 7, 286 feet. I noticed a relative absence of wind from the first round when it was really howling from right to left. It's still there, but it shouldn't affect their drives that much this time around. Well, Isaac doesn't get it started right enough, and he is on the left side again. David is going around the 3 tree, and he's sitting pretty good. He is past the basket, got a left to right wind putt. Aaron with the forehand clips a bit of the branch, redirects him right a little bit. Probably killed a little of his speed. Was not a bad shot. He's up there putting. Now Matt, he still has good memories of this hole. He aced it during warm-ups. Well, during practice the day before the event. And he almost aces it again! That's probably what it looked like. What a great shot by Matt. Bowen taking Matt's route. And he is right there by the basket as well. 2 good shots back to back. And this is not an easy putt for Isaac. He's putting into the water. And how smooth can you throw it? That was very good speed. That was an excellent safe putt for Isaac. Aaron was a little bit further than I thought he would be. But here are all the guys on the dance floor ready to get their birds. And Bowen steps up and gets his. Well done, David. Great drive. Isaac and Aaron will tap out the 3, and finally Matt gets to play. He's been waiting. An absolute park job. Good job, Matt. Would have loved to seen that ace. Now David's got the box on hole 8, and that last putt gave him a turkey. 3 birdies in a row. He's on a roll. Has a good hyzer line on that one. Definitely trying to make sure the disc does not flip. He's a little short. Matt's got a good drive on this one, getting some distance. And let's see how far past that hill he goes, but he had a good move on that one. Bowen escapes the drink. He is just on the other side of the pond. And that's a very good shot by Isaac. Hard to tell how far past the berm it went, or if it got to the green. We'll find out soon enough. And he hits that tree. Needed to start that one out a little further left. Here's Bowen's approach shot after nearly going in the water. And he is still not on the green. He got trapped behind that bush right beside that V tree. Aaron's just pitching it up there. Squatting strap, but getting away from the bush as much as he can. Excellent putt by Matt. Very needed deuce. That's 2 in a row. Moves him to 1 over for the round, for the tournament. Matt is actually 4 under for the round. Getting started very well this time around. And that's 4 birdies in a row for David. He's feeling it. Now Isaac didn't quite get over that. He's going to lean on some trickeration here. And that headwind's not going to make it any easier. It's just shots we don't practice. Maybe we should. Bowen did get on the other side of that bush, and it's a good save. A lot of work to get that 3, but it's a 3. Isaac's bad holes are pars, and that is a good thing when you're in a tournament. Hole 9, the final hole in this wide open section of the course before we move to the wooded section in the back. Still got that right to left wind to worry about. And David is playing it way wide, looking for the wind to help him out some. Now out of bounds here is the walking path that acts like a river. You have the baseball fields on the left, and there is a walking path behind the basket. Anything on or beyond that is out of bounds. Going straight down the middle. Didn't turn it over too much, so it allowed him to fly down the fairway a good amount. Probably needed to be a little bit higher, and he would have been happy with that. Bowen throwing something overstable. A great line. Goes a little bit long, but that was a really good drive by Bowen. Now Isaac birdied it last round with a pretty solid putt. If you remember, he skipped it off the jogging trail and canned a really good long putt. He is not going to need to do that much work this time around. He has parked the hole. Aaron lining up the forehand. And it's deja vu all over again. Very similar to the hole, to his shot the previous round. He was closer up to that fence. But this time around, he does not let the wind get underneath the disc, and he is close for his par. David just outside the circle. Left to right tailwind putt. Just off the band. Still had a pretty good front nine. Bowen can't get his pumpkin stamp putter to go in. And puts it over the basket, perhaps compensating from his low putts in the previous round. He's given it some air, and he certainly didn't need it that time around. He's got a long comeback putt for the par, and adds disappointing to 3-putt after a good drive. Taps out. Work is done for the front nine for David. And that wind is whipping now. Great drive by Isaac. Goes to 9 down in the tournament. He has a solid lead over second place David, who is at 3 down. 6 strokes up with 9 to play. Thank you for watching the front 9 of the Raymore Rumble, and let's see how things shake out. Will Isaac triumph? Will Dave come back?